you? Hope everyone's doing alright. And that, this time, back in the model corner, because I fancy giving it another go. And this time, we're going to be facing the Revell Avro Lancaster bomber, the Dambusters version. Absolutely fantastic. Another aeroplane. I've done a Spitfire in the past, the only one I've ever done, but fantastic. I'm going to be doing it in two parts again. So the first part, I might try and get the painting done in that. Then the second part, we'll build it and put the stickers and that on. Fantastic. I only found out a couple of weeks ago, but a lot of the Dambusters action happened around here. Fantastic. Never knew. Absolutely brilliant. So in the middle video, we're going to go and see what's left of the Dambusters sites and that. There's a couple of old RAF bases and that to look at and that. Absolutely fantastic. It won't be a history lesson, but it'll be a nice chilled walk out and that. Fantastic. Right, I'm waffling on. I'm going to play my jingle and let's get this out of the box and see what we're facing this time. Absolutely fantastic. Right, here we go, the Revell Lancaster Dambuster. Absolutely fantastic. It's a 172 scale and it's 43 centimetres long, so it's a good old model in that. Fantastic. Let's get it out of the box and see what we're dealing with. So I tell you what, that racing car, I enjoyed doing it, but it was tough. Got some glue. I probably won't be using this because I don't know how to keep these nozzles clear. They keep blocking up on us. I'll probably stick with the one I used in the last video. But fantastic. The box is kind of good. It's got a few others that you can buy on the back and that, but it's a level 3, the skill level 3. So it's not going to be the easiest. I'm expecting a bit of a challenge, but that's fine. But we'll put that one side for now. Here we go. This time, I'm going to try and take my time a bit more, because I could feel myself rushing when I was doing the race car and that wasn't good. But fantastic. Right, it's the same type of instructions as the last one, really, like paint codes in the part frames and that. I'm probably going to have a good look at this before I start chopping things up and painting and that. Fantastic. Then we've got the build guide. Pretty clear this one, like the race car one was a lot going on in the pictures and that. Don't know how to describe it. But some of these little bits, like the pilot and that, I'm going to try and do these separate and put them to one side so I know that they're finished and they're glued and they're not going to fall apart on us and that. Fantastic. But I'm going to work my way through it like we did in the last one, 2 videos. And see what I can pick up along the way. Another thing I want to learn in this one is to use filler as well. Because when I've done my Spitfire in, I could see these lines and they don't look very good. But my mate Darren, who gave us this model, he's going to give us some filler so I can sort these lines out and that. Because I tell you what, if I put filler down there and sanded it, you wouldn't know the difference. But as it is, it looks a little bit tacky, a little bit not finished. Fantastic, but that's the instructions. Got the decals here. This is probably the important bit that separates it from being any other Lancaster. The proper livery and that. I think there's different ones to represent different planes. So I'll check that out in the instructions and that. Fantastic. But once we get out on this walk and that in the next video, fantastic. I know of one place, there's not much left, but it's a lovely little area. And there's a couple of places I haven't been, so we can go and explore them for the first time and that. Fantastic. Right, let's get this out the bag. All in one bag this time, I think. Apart from the glass bits. Is there anything else in there? No, get rid of that. Yep, we've got the glass parts there, so I'm going to stick them out the way for now, so I don't get them messed up in that. And here we go. There's a lot of broken bits off and that might have been stored a bit rough, but it's alright, it's alright. We've got a guide and instructions that'll tell us what I'm doing and that. Fantastic, but look at the size of that. Fair old size plane. Mint. Hopefully the parts go in perfect, because I really struggled with that race car. But I'll be double checking and triple checking this time. Right, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to give them a quick wash down with a bit of soapy water and that. Got the propellers and that on this side. Mint. There's not as many broken off as I thought. Fantastic. That one looks a bit bare, doesn't it? Never mind. Yep, we're going to wash it down. I'm going to set this desk up for painting and that, because I'm going to prime everything first. Fantastic. Right, let's get over and get these parts washed. Mint. Right, I'm going to just give these a quick wash with the soapy water and that. My jury's still out with this stage, you know. I've had people tell us do it, people tell us don't do it. I think it's just a personal preference, I suppose, like. But I need all the help I can get, so I don't mind. Right, I'm all set up, ready to prime now. I've filled my gun full of this stuff, the non-toxic primer. I'm going to be wearing a mask, but I'm not going to be wearing gloves in this video because I found them a bit restrictive last time. But my plan is, because all of these have come off the sprues, I'm going to try and spray them and lay them flat. I've cleared as much space as I can on my table. Fantastic. And the rest on the sprues, spray them as normal and put them in there. So right, let's go into the first little hyperlapse and get all this priming done. Absolutely fantastic. Right, that's it, the end of day one. Fantastic. I've managed to get all the priming done and that. I didn't have it all my own way though. At the start I couldn't get the gun to work properly. I think I didn't clean it properly the last time, but that's a bit of me inexperience coming out, and I'll learn as I go, But yeah, man, look at that. Doesn't look that bad, does it? You know what I mean? I'm not going to handle them too much because I don't want it to come off and that. But fantastic. So right, I'm going to have a nice clean down. Get ready for the paint and that. I'm going to try and paint it a little bit different than I have been in the past. See if it works. And yeah, man, fantastic. Right, I'll see you on day two. Right, the primer's had overnight to dry. And look at that. It's come out alright, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. In the rest of the video, I'm just going to get as far as I can. I've been looking at the instructions overnight. I've been trying to work out the colours and that because I haven't got these paints. And I didn't really know what all this meant and that, but I've managed to download this, the Revell enamel paint chart, and it's given us a fair idea of what I need. But fantastic, I've matched them up with ones I've got in that. I've got like the greys and the blacks and the greens and that. I didn't have any brown, but I remembered I've done the Spitfire starter kit and I've got a couple of browns in here, so absolutely fantastic. I'm just going to follow this as close as I can, to be quite honest with you, like. So these will be like stopy-starty because there's a couple of different colours in that. So I'll do as much as I can, put them on one side, let them dry properly in that. I'm going to take my time. These have got articulated bits in that, and I wouldn't mind getting them articulating. So fantastic. So right, let's slip into another hyperlapse. We'll take it to the end of this part one of this video and see how far we'll get. Right, that's the end of day 3 on the Lancaster build. Absolutely fantastic. I got loads done. I tell you what, the painting went better than I thought in that. I started with the small parts, done a lot of them with a brush. Fantastic, just took me time, worked my way through it and that. I kept going back into to the pilots to try and layer the colours up in that. The light blue wasn't right at the beginning, so I swapped it for a bit of a more darker blue in that. That looks a bit more RAF-y and that. I've put the boots on. I had a go trying to do the faces and that. They're not great, but it's all a learning curve in it. Absolutely fantastic. Then I moved on, I got the airbrush out. It behaved itself this time. And I managed to spray all the wings, all the bits of the fuselage and that. Apart from the main body of the fuselage. Fantastic. The camo, I don't know whether I can pass the Airfix paints through the airbrush. So I'm going to have a little tester, see if I can. If I can't, I'm going to do them by hand, but that's going to come up in the next part of the video and that. The same again with the fuselage. I'm going to have a go painting this at the start of the next one. I've managed to borrow some Humbrol filler off a friend of mine. Absolutely fantastic. So I can try and hide the seam lines and that, because I think it looks a bit like unfinished or a bit cheap if they're not done properly and that. And fantastic. I'm not saying I'm going to do it properly, but I'll have a go. And yeah, man, fantastic. So in between, I'm going to get myself out. We're going to go and have a look to see what's left of these Dambuster sites in 2024 and that. I know of one. I know of 2 others, but I've never been there, so that'll be fun exploring that lot and that. And yeah, fantastic. So hit likes, hit subscribes and that. I think you might put the notification bell on if you want to see the second part of this and that. And fantastic. Have a great week. I'll see you on part 2, or I'll see you out on the walk. Fantastic. See you later.